Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Frankie Osborne will struggle on Hollyoaks after her brother JJ was diagnosed with leukemia. Following the recent time jump on the Channel 4 soap, it was revealed that JJ was awaiting trial after sexually abusing his sister, but he suddenly collapsed outside of the court just as it appeared that he would plead guilty. It was later revealed that he had been diagnosed with leukemia, with Frankie confiding in Lucas that she was considering dropping the charges against her brother altogether following the development. Hollyoaks spoilers. Tribute to dead character in Leah Barnes' exit. In next week's scenes, Frankie is initially furious that Darren and Nancy are supporting JJ through his treatment, with the teenager left feeling their priorities have shifted. Despite this, she still intends to go to the police and drop the charges. Darren, who is torn between wanting to help JJ while also condemning his crimes, speaks with Mercedes, who is currently undergoing treatment for cancer. She states that the key to recovery is the support of friends and family, offering tips to her friend on how he can help JJ. Frankie remains upset following Darren and Nancy's gravitation towards JJ. Nancy tells Darren that he should return home and look after his daughter. Will Frankie go through with her intention of dropping the charges? While the Osborne family will be plunged into drama, Ashley Taylor Dawson, who has played Darren on the soap since 1999, recently commented on the departure of Ellis Hollins, who had played Tom Cunningham. Hollyoaks spoilers. New romance for Tony Hutchinson revealed. Ellis, well, what can you say, he's a god. I worked with Ellis when he was 3 years old, Dawson remarked exclusively to Digital Spy. I think it's amazing for him to go off and do other stuff, and find out what he is as a human and as an actor. But as part of the show, he goes down as an absolute legend. I can't explain how much I love that boy, he's like my own. But I think it's good for him. I think Ellis will go off and try other stuff, and that's what it's all about. I was lucky enough to go and try things and do things for a while myself. In a powerful new storyline on Hollyoaks, Frankie faces one of her biggest challenges yet as her young son JJ is given a life-changing diagnosis. This revelation not only forces Frankie to confront the reality of her son's condition, but also brings her face to face with her deepest fears and insecurities. As she navigates this new chapter, she learns to redefine what it means to be strong, both for herself and for her family. 1. The initial shock. The storyline begins with Frankie anxiously pacing the halls of Dee Valley Hospital. JJ has been experiencing symptoms for a few weeks now: exhaustion, lack of focus, and some difficulty keeping up with other kids his age. She tries to reassure herself that it's probably nothing serious, but deep down, she feels the weight of dread. After a series of tests, the doctor finally calls Frankie in, delivering the diagnosis with sensitivity. JJ has been diagnosed with a chronic medical condition, one that will require ongoing treatment, lifestyle adjustments, and careful monitoring. Frankie feels the ground shift beneath her as the words sink in. Her mind races with questions, fears, and the painful realization that JJ's life will be different from the one she had imagined for him. 2. Overwhelmed and isolated. Back at home, Frankie struggles to process the news. She's a single mother, and the weight of JJ's diagnosis feels like an impossible burden. The sleepless nights begin almost immediately. Worries about treatments, hospital visits, and finances consume her thoughts. Frankie's usual support system feels miles away, as she can't bring herself to talk to anyone about what she's going through. She isolates herself, feeling that no one could possibly understand the fears she's facing. But her behavior doesn't go unnoticed. Her friends and family in Hollyoaks begin to worry, sensing a change in her usual lively, resilient spirit. Nancy tries to reach out, offering her support, but Frankie brushes her off, unwilling to appear vulnerable. She's convinced that admitting she's struggling will make her appear weak, especially to JJ, who needs her to be strong. 3. A mother's guilt. Over time, Frankie's guilt starts to weigh on her. She feels like she's failed JJ, questioning if she could have done something different, if she somehow missed the signs that could have prevented this. In one particularly heartbreaking scene, Frankie breaks down in her living room, looking at a family photo with JJ. She whispers to herself, "I should have known.
Grief
I should
is
have
overwhelming,
you." But it's also coupled with frustration and anger. Emotions she can't control and that she doesn't know how to release. She even begins to lash out at friends who try to help, including her best friend Liberty, who brings over dinner one evening. Liberty tries to offer some comfort, but Frankie, blinded by her own turmoil, accuses her of pitying her, causing a painful rift between them. 4. JJ's resilience shines. Amidst Frankie's struggles, JJ's resilience shines through. Despite his diagnosis, he's determined to carry on as normally as possible. In a scene that perfectly captures his youthful optimism, JJ decides he wants to join the school's sports day. He proudly tells his mom that he's going to show everyone how fast he can run. Frankie's heart aches at his determination, knowing he might not be able to keep up. She hesitates but ultimately decides to support his dream, understanding that JJ needs to feel like any other child, not defined by his condition. On the day of the event, JJ gives his best, running with all the energy he can muster. The other kids cheer him on, and for a brief moment, Frankie allows herself to feel a flicker of pride and hope. But when JJ becomes winded and has to be helped to the sidelines, Frankie's heart shatters. The reality of his limitations hits her hard, and she realizes how difficult it will be to watch her son struggle. 5. Finding strength and community. Feeling lost, Frankie finally decides to reach out for help. She joins a local support group for parents of children with chronic conditions, and through sharing her story, she begins to feel a sense of relief. For the first time, she's surrounded by people who understand her fears and who have faced similar battles. One mother with a child who has a similar diagnosis tells Frankie, "It's okay to be scared. It's okay to not have all the answers, just showing up for him is enough." Inspired by their resilience, Frankie starts to find a new rhythm. She realizes that while she can't control JJ's condition, she can still support him in a way that will allow him to grow up confident, loved, and resilient. She decides to talk to Liberty, apologizing for her previous outburst and admitting how hard it's been for her to cope. Liberty forgives her, and their friendship grows even stronger, with Liberty promising to be there every step of the way. 6. A mother's promise. In the final scenes, Frankie sits with JJ before bedtime, holding his hand. He asks her, "Mummy, are you okay?" For the first time, she doesn't hide her feelings. She smiles through her tears, nodding, and says, "I am, because I have you." She promises JJ that they'll get through this together, that she'll always be there to support him, and that no matter how tough things get, they'll face it as a team. As she tucks him in, she feels a newfound sense of peace. Frankie knows there will be tough days ahead, but she's ready to face them, knowing that she has her friends, family, and most importantly, JJ's unbreakable spirit by her side. Long-term impact on Frankie's journey. This storyline promises to be an emotional journey for Frankie, allowing her to grow as a mother and confront her vulnerabilities head-on. Her character evolves through the experience, finding strength in her community and realizing that even the toughest challenges can lead to moments of profound love and resilience. As Frankie learns to navigate JJ's diagnosis, Hollyoaks fans will witness a story that is both heart-wrenching and inspiring, showing the power of family, friendship, and the incredible strength of a mother's love. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Hollyoaks Update YouTube channel for more update news.